My name is Denise Forrest. I am the coordinator for early childhood special education in Fairfax County Public Schools. It is my pleasure to share the services that can be provided through FCPS to you. Our primary goal is to provide a warm and caring instructional environment which supports the learning needs of your child. What you will see is the teacher providing instructional prompts to elicit the skill or knowledge we want to see your child perform or share. We do this through playing with them. Our work is to try to help your child become as independent as possible when demonstrating their skill and knowledge. So we will use the least amount of prompting as possible to do this. The vision of our early childhood program is every child ready to learn. What this means for you is that we are constantly thinking about what skills your child will need to successfully navigate their educational learning and through life. We are preparing your child for kindergarten. While I know that might seem a long way away, the skills your child will learn in the preschool program will help them throughout their academic career and into their life. Your child's teacher is the instructional leader. They are always available to answer your questions and listen to your concerns. They will connect you with resources such as social working services and therapy services. For classroom services, there will also be an instructional assistant in the classroom. They are very important in helping to carry out educational services with your child. Additionally, the school administrative staff, such as the principal and assistant principal, can also be a resource to you. There is a continuum of services in FCPS's early childhood special education program. The educational law that provides for special education is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. One of the foundational tenets of IDEA is that the school system, in partnership with parents, are required to provide special education services in the least restrictive environment, which will meet the educational needs of the child. In FCPS, we do this through 4 different levels of service delivery. The Early Childhood Resource Service Delivery is designed as the least restrictive environment in the preschool special education program. This service supports those students who have minimal delays of development. The typical model for this service delivery is a teacher visiting your child in their natural environment, such as your home, a child care or family care setting. The typical resource model is a teacher visiting 1 time a week for approximately 1 hour each visit. The amount of time that your child will require will be determined at the IEP meeting. The Early Childhood Class-Based Service is designed as a non-categorical program providing services to students with a variety of disabilities. This model is more restrictive than the resource model and is designed for students with more significant delays of development. The class-based model has the student coming into a school and receiving their special education services in a classroom. The classroom looks like a typical child care classroom and is staffed with 1 teacher and 1 instructional assistant. There will be 8 students in the classroom, all students who have a variety of identified disabilities. Another classroom experience exists similar with the class-based service, with the only difference being that it is a classroom designed specifically for students who are deaf or hard of hearing. This service is a categorical service versus the non-categorical class-based service and is housed at Camelot Elementary School. The most restrictive service offered is the Preschool Autism Class, or PAC. PAC is designed for those students with characteristics typical of students with significant autism. The service is provided at schools and is staffed with 1 teacher and 2 instructional assistants. There are 6 students in the classroom. If your child will receive class-based or PAC services, the classroom routine includes time for activities such as morning meeting, table activities to work on fine motor skills or art activities, gross motor play, center time where we spend a large part of our routine teaching play skills and social skills, and perhaps a read aloud circle time activity. Throughout the routine, we are working on other embedded routines such as hand washing, taking care of belongings, or walking in a hallway. If your child will receive resource services, we also follow a shortened routine. Your child will participate in a greeting activity, followed by a play activity, and ending with a dismissal activity. In all services, we will be embedding the goals and objectives as outlined in your child's individualized education program into the routine. With the COVID-19 pandemic, our services are going to be a virtual start for September 2020. If your child is receiving resource services, then the teacher will be conducting a virtual small group activity in which your child can participate 1 time a week. We suspect that you may have limited access to child care facilities in the fall. Because of this, we wanted to find a way to provide an opportunity for your child to participate in a small social group. In addition, we will follow up with one individualized instructional or parent coaching opportunity. We will also send home activities that you can complete with your child at home. Our plan is to reevaluate the access that we will have to homes and child care settings each quarter, and if the environmental conditions allow, we will resume our in-person learning. If your child will receive class-based services, your child will participate in 2 virtual learning small group opportunities a day, 4 days a week. The first learning opportunity in the day will be run like a morning meeting. We will do a greeting song, perhaps read a book aloud to the children, and maybe even do a show and tell activity. The second learning opportunity during the day will be to develop social skills. We will talk about following rules, read books about how to share, or perhaps other activities to promote your child's social emotional learning. In addition to these small group activities, we will also provide 2 20-minute individualized instruction or parent coaching sessions a week. And every other week, we will do a third 20-minute session during the week. Finally, we will send home 5 activities that you can do with your child during the week at your home. If your child will receive preschool autism services, they will have an opportunity to participate in a 30-minute morning meeting 4 days a week. They will also get 60 minutes a week of small group instruction to promote learning with others. Each teacher will have the ability to provide additional support to those students requiring more special education instruction through an intervention block. In addition, each family will have the opportunity to participate in 40 minutes of parent coaching a week. On March 13th, 2020, Governor Northam closed schools. At that time, the leadership in special education of FCPS turned our attention to planning for virtual learning. I was not sure how this could be accomplished with our youngest children. What we discovered was astonishing. We instinctively knew this, but can now put a voice to it. Development occurs in all environments. It occurs in schools, in the grocery store, at the playground, and at home. And since our program is focused on supporting your child's development to prepare them for a future academic environment, we found we had a lot of success with virtual learning. We also didn't have the same technology issues that the rest of FCPS experienced. When FCPS reopened schools for virtual learning, the system had to shut back down to address technology issues. Our families did not have that same experience. As we were focused on child development, the technology issues did not stop our work. During spring, teachers connected with families in a variety of ways. Some teachers ran a daily small group activity. Some teachers reached out individually to each family via a phone call or a virtual meeting. Other teachers did lunch buddies where they ate lunch and talked with their students. Teachers provided a variety of both online or synchronous virtual experiences and activities for parents to do at home with their children, or asynchronous learning. What we as leaders discovered is that our teachers are extremely creative. As a side benefit to virtual learning, many teachers reported that parents seem to understand their child's learning profile during virtual instruction better than we had ever in previous years. I want to share some of the successes now. This is Margot listening to her teacher Mary read a book to her through the computer. The email from this child's mother states, "This was Margot's face the entire time." A teacher named Gina read a book named "It Looked Like Spilt Milk," where the pictures are actually clouds in the sky. In her weekly lesson plan to the families, she suggested an extension activity to use shaving cream outside to make clouds. The email from the parent states that she is adding more shaving cream to her shopping list. A teacher named Carrie had parents of the children become guest readers weekly in her small group activities. This picture shows a parent reading to all of Carrie's students. After providing a lesson plan where children were to sort food found in their home by color and then by size, the teacher Liz suggested an extension activity for children to poll their families on their favorite foods using WH questions. This picture shows one student's family poll. And finally, one of my favorite pictures. One parent sent an email that Jackson prepared for virtual school each day by putting on his backpack before his parent logged him in to the virtual learning. Please understand that when preschool teachers graduated from college, they had a very narrow focus. I, for example, am licensed to only teach children ages 2 through 5 with disabilities. Because of our narrow focus, we are extremely dedicated to our students and our families. I would not be able to teach 3rd grade this year and 6th grade next year. So you will be in good hands next year, no matter how the instruction takes place. I thank you for your time and your attention.